I don't think we've ever seen a situation quite like this for a #1 overall pick. Coming in, he's got 3 competent receivers, he's got competent tight ends, the offensive line is improved, and then we've got a plethora of options in the running back room. Do you think that we've seen potential rookie struggles and maybe not that ceiling from rookies, but do you think Caleb Williams could be the player to buck that trend and potentially produce for us immediately?
I mean, how can he not be? Like, you look at what he's got, everything that you just laid out there, Rich, and it just feels like if this was even a QB in a down year and they were coming into this situation and it was like, okay, well, there's not much talent in the draft, but look at the situation that they're walking into, then we'd still be really high on this situation. But Caleb gets Keenan Allen, who led the league with 11.5 targets per game last year, had probably the best year of his career in at least 6-7 years. DJ Moore, who had a career year. Then you've got DeAndre Swift, who had a career year in multiple sort of areas of like stuff that could be linked with the Eagles' offensive line and scheme. But you've also got Gerald Everett, who spent his first 5 seasons playing with Shane Waldron, who's got that familiarity with the way that the tight end system's going to work. Cole Kmet, who is perfectly capable of putting up spike weeks. Rome Odunze, who he seems to have a great relationship straight away. And then that's before we even talk about all the things that you gushed over Caleb Williams for when he was coming out. Nobody really was saying Caleb Williams doesn't have what it takes to be in the NFL. And from a pure fantasy point of view, you go back to the fact that he did enjoy scrambling around. I think he averaged 7.8 rush attempts per game in college. Even last year, it was down slightly, but only down to 7.1. And yeah, you just go, right, since the year 2000, there's been 113 instances of quarterbacks rushing for an average of 5 attempts or more, and 44% of those had an average points per game of 18 or higher. Rushing for 5 or more attempts per game equals top tier fantasy points. It's that simple when it comes to the way that we play fantasy. And I think Caleb Williams is going to have excellent options no matter where he looks on the field. He's going to be able to create out of structure. And I'm very hopeful that he just comes in, hits the ground running, and pays off his ADP, because every time I'm faced with drafting Odunze, Keenan Allen, even DJ Moore at his higher price, I'm just immediately looking to stack him with Caleb Williams, because I think this offense could be so much fun.
Yeah, I completely buy in to the best ball idea of Caleb Williams. I completely go into Caleb Williams as a superflex quarterback. Where I'm struggling, Heath, is can I draft him in a 12-team 1 QB league and risk having to start him week 1, week 2, week 3 as a rookie when he's never played in the NFL?
And see, I don't think you have to. I think if you look at quarterback ADP and you see where you can go get Jared Goff, the guy who has to go outside like twice all year and starts with a couple of home games, I just think it's a match made in heaven for either Caleb Williams or Jaden Daniels to just pair those guys up with Jared Goff, start Goff the first 2 weeks of the season. If they come out of the gate and look ready, you may be able to drop Jared Goff by week 4. But if they're not, you've got a serviceable starter until they figure it out. I was actually lower on Williams earlier in the year or earlier in the summer, but I've kind of come around just because of my recognition of how many serviceable low-end QB1s are available in the double-digit rounds of fantasy drafts. And if they're that cheap, then why not take a shot on the upside of the rookies, even if you don't plan on starting them week 1?